Okay. So I'm no longer able to share this publicly, so it is what it is. I will keep going. Good morning, YouTube, Facebook, YouTube. Listen, I want to go to TikTok, the better experience, because Facebook and Facebook trashy. That's just what it is. I'm about to be real irritated. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Still live over here. I got my face looking nice and clear. Look at there. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop playing. Okay, so today's call is data informed practices. Boy, that's a fancy word. That's definitely a fancy word. I'm actually gonna start on time today. Look at God. I gotta find the right thing to put on the screen this Martine. I guess every Monday. I moved to taking my medicine on um I moved to taking my medicine on Mondays. And so I guess now I'm gonna have a tummy ache every single Monday. You know what? The skin's looking pretty good. That's pretty good for me. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, TikTok. I know Facebook and YouTube, y'all are getting a really bad shot, but I don't care. You'll be fine. You will be fine. You will survive it. So let me share it to a few of my friends over here. Get them all wiki eggs and bakey. Good morning, Sarah Whitney. How you doing? I hope it's a beautiful morning for you. Good morning. I was telling another Sarah, I've never ran across a rude Zeta. Um, well, maybe that's not completely true, but for the most part, I haven't. They always seem to be really nice people. Though. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be, but, we're in a human being business, so there's always somebody that's going to book the system. ah, there's always going to be somebody booking the system. All right. Well, I might be talking to myself this morning. That's all right too. Get your morning, get your morning, get your morning. I got a suite behind where I'm standing. It's messy back here. I do have my water bottle. Let's get that water bottle. Good morning, Miranda. Glad to have you this morning. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. Hey, thanks for coming to the branding session. I appreciate you. It was really good. I had a good time. I hope y'all did too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, let's see. Oh, good. Back to work after some PTO. Are the kids back yet? Good morning, the homie. Good morning to you. Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Well, listen, I got some new things to talk about this morning, guys. New things to talk about. We're gonna get right into it. I'm on an adjusted schedule because children, children. Yep, life is back to normal. I feel that. Good morning, ITX boss 344. Good morning to you. This is Morning Motivations. And if you're brand new to the hobby, I'm Martine, and I help people transform their lives through AI, technology, and art. That's what I do. That's what I do. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I offer some morning motivations just to keep you a little encouraged. And I try to ground it in books that I've read, principles that I'm learning about. I try to ground it in something. Good morning, Miss Samela. You inside or outside today? Good morning. This summer, I'm going to adjust the schedule. You guys know I'm a wife, mom, and a whole lot of other hats. So seasonally, I will have to adjust this calendar. So this summer, we're doing 7:15 so that I can get these kids to their 8 o'clock and 8:30 events. But I do miss starting a little later. So I can't wait to get back to that. Hey man, you're gonna make my lives get pushed down. Happy morning, Miss Samela. Thank you for being in the branding session yesterday. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Those of you who missed it, if you're not in the DCT community, that's where you got to be. Be there or be square. The replay will be there. Last week, I told you guys that I would be talking about mindsets around brand, and that's what we did. And for the most part, a lot of people walked away with either strategies, more to think about, a reality that they haven't fully addressed what it is that they're actually trying to do. And so they walked away with that. And that's a win for me. If my rule is if one person grew a little bit, then it was a successful class. All right. So I'm glad you were there. Join DCT. The link is in my chat. The link is in my profile. I do receive a small commissions. And I would love to be a part of your journey as a DCT coach over there. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Good morning, Christine's Lemonade Stand. You selling lemonade this morning? Good morning, Bob Soul. Good morning, good morning. Oh, great. I'm glad. I'm glad that you enjoyed the interactive. Yeah, I was really thinking how I could present this concept a little differently. And for me, I was like, you know what? All of us, this is everybody, this is nobody unique. We constantly collect links, but we rarely go back and do the thing that the person gave us. So my spin for that session was let's stop and do it. Instead of waiting till later, let's stop and do it now. And so with my teaching hat, you're right, it's very interactive, but it forces people to make a choice. Either they're going to be invested or they're going to turn it off because they don't have a chance to watch the replay. And so what happens is you have a community of learners who are now fully invested in the learning, right? And they feel more empowered when they leave because now they have something tangible to go and do either more thinking, talking, interacting in a real way. And their confidence is boosted because they're watching the chat and they're watching other people get it. So it makes them feel more confident in their own business that they will get it too. All right. Good morning, Chef Shelly, NYC. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it definitely made you choose. You either were fully invested or you were just going to have to watch and then do the activity later. Yeah, it really did. It did. And it spawned some really good ideas that people hadn't considered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always a method to my magic when it comes to teaching live or doing webinars and that kind of thing. Yeah. And that whole session was essentially a lead in to Canvas season. This Saturday, I will be teaching how to use brand kits and templates. Now, some people would say, well, there's nothing to it. You just fill in the boxes. Lies. It's not that simple. What I will be showing is how to build a system that you can apply over and over again. Okay? Fun fact. If you have a Canva Pro or Teams account, you can create, I think it's 1,000 brand kits. I'll double check that. So that means every time you push out a new product or a new program, like for me, I have programs on my thing, teaching programs, coaching programs. So every time I churn out something that I know I'm going to have to dedicate a lot of time to, I can essentially build a kit for it. And it makes the design process so much faster, so much easier, and I think less. Right? So I'm going to be showing you what I have learned in like a scattered brain, picking up stuff along the way the last probably 5 to 6 years. I'm going to show it to you in a more organized and succinct manner. So I'll be doing that Saturday at 12 Central. Right? So that's what's going on in my world this week. And then that will be my last class for this learning cycle. All right. But I do have some things I want to talk to you about today, so we're going to get right on into it. We're going to talk clarity over chaos, okay? And how we can use data to make decisions. So many of us, especially as creatives, we lead with our heart. We do what we like. We do what feels right to our skin, and we make no money. Right, Miranda, you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Good morning, Talia. Good morning. How you doing this morning? How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully you slept well. Do me a favor, loves. Hey, did you find your remote, Talia? I know I got distracted, but I got to ask this question. Did you find your remote? Uh-oh. I have enjoyed, my friend hasn't had to work this summer. She's felt light as cotton. She hasn't been brought down by the day job. Please share the live. It helps it grow. When you share the live, it helps us grow. Good morning, Texas Mama Shops. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about data. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm not really a numbers girl. I actually struggled with math. Math was my toughest subject. It's the area I struggled with the most. In college, I crawled my way through it. I would memorize all the steps, and then I would do the steps repeatedly. Then I would find all of the problems that I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I had the steps memorized. And then the other ones, if I got wrong, it's okay because it was just enough to pass. I took remedial math in college, and I always struggled. It wasn't until late, probably mid to late adulthood, that numbers became way more meaningful for me. I was in the school system, and I had a boss. My boss was very data driven, meaning she was constantly looking at the numbers, how our students were performing, and making decisions how she was going to lead, what teachers she needed to talk to ensure that her school was successful, essentially. Through data. And over time, I ain't had no choice. Because that's the kind of environment she created. I too became more data driven. I too began to realize the more information I was able to collect, surveys, tests, that kind of thing, the better I could be about making decisions on what to do next. Okay. So our Kaizen principle, because we have been doing the good morning, we have been doing the Kaizen principles this month. Our Kaizen principle for today is to use data. Use data. All right. Use data to make decisions. All right. Leading with our heart is good. It's not a bad thing. Following your gut is good. But if it's the only thing you use, if it's the thing that's you're making all your decisions with, then you won't be as successful as you need to be. Oh, good. I'm glad you found it. Good morning, Corey. I'm glad you found it. All right. You've got to use data. Your gut is good. It ain't great. Okay. Your gut is good, but it ain't great. If you combine your gut feeling, your intuition, and data together, you can make a huge impact on the progress in your business and in your life. All right? Combine your gut with the data to make a real impact in your life and in your business. How you doing today, Mr. Corey? All right, Talia, don't fall and don't break nothing. Talia, hey, Miranda, FYI, Talia about to pull her walking pad from underneath the couch. I know you at work though. All right. So if we're going to use data in our business, where are we going to pull data from? We'll give you a couple places. All right. If we're talking social media, every one of these social media platforms have analytics. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, X. They all have analytics. Are you looking at yours? If you have a post that performs really well, you need to keep creating posts that are just like that. If you have other posts that don't perform well, stop making them posts. That is how you can become a data-informed person in your business. Let's talk emails. All right. So when we're considering emails, okay. All of these platforms that allow you to do email marketing, Flowdesk, GoDaddy. I don't know that many names of emails, but you know, put the ones in the chat, you know. Right? They tell you how many people clicked, who clicked on what. They'll tell you how many people are opening your emails. That is what we mean when we say data informed decision making. If you find that people are clicking on X in your email or they're not clicking at all, then your message isn't clear enough. Or maybe your emails are going into too many spam boxes. Okay, so maybe you're getting limited by the spam. Maybe that's the issue. But if you don't go and look at those numbers, you can't make better decisions. And if you're just going with your gut alone is not enough. All right? Data's not the enemy. It's your GPS. It's your guide. It tells one part of the story. Your gut tells the other side. Oh, great, Corey. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat this morning. Good morning, Mr. Clean Plants. If you got any questions this morning, you can drop them in the chat. Or if you want to send me a message, you can send me a message, okay? Let's talk about last night. Last night we had a branding session. During this session, it was a mindset call, but the audience had to fill out a worksheet. All right? They had to fill a worksheet out. Do you know what that worksheet is essentially? Data. It was data. Womp womp. Data. I asked them to give me one word that represents their business. I asked them to give me their mantra, something that they would use to say to other people. I said, hey, go look at your competitors and try to decide what gaps that you see. Data. It was all, good morning, Nakia. So glad to see you, girl. It was all data. During the mindset call, we took our time and we started to think through and collect data. Because here's the truth of what I'm learning about AI. I love AI. I've been a techie girl since I was 16. You ain't gonna find a more techie girl than me. But in this AI landscape, in this world where these companies are giving us a very small bit of access to data, it's coming from so many places that we still, and some of it is inaccurate, okay? The data is coming from many places. Some of it is inaccurate, all right? So with that being the case, it is still our responsibilities as human beings to collect our own data and to make meaning of that data across from different places, okay? So glad to see you, Nakia. All right, that is our job. Just simply typing into ChatGPT is not enough. It is not enough because it's only one source. So what we did in the session is I had everybody to fill out a worksheet so that they can pull data from multiple places so that they can make better decisions about what this brand should look like. It's a data-driven response. Good morning, Kelly's Crockett. Or Kelly's Crochet. Good morning. Glad to have you this morning. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Jackie Bowie. All right. It's called making data-driven decisions in your business. All right. I haven't always been this way. I kind of chuckle on the inside when people are like, oh, girl, you're the business girl. Am I? Honey, I was an English teacher. I taught children for 20 years. Children and adults. But maybe I am. Maybe this is the new version of me, and I'll embrace it. But what I need you to know, have a good day. Hey, Miranda, that's why we're building. That is why we are building out this legacy, right? Misha's been talking about legacy in the school community. This is why we're building it out. All right? So that you don't have to have any more PTO blues. Good morning, Nakia. Oh, Lord. She said, I told my husband I may not make it this week. Well, honey, when you get off work, jump right back into the things that's going to create that environment where your husband's like, yeah, girl, do your thing. You got the receipts. I can't even say nothing. Miranda, this is me. I love when I can show my husband the receipts and he can't even say nothing. I can't even say, well, that's a bad idea because you done came with the receipts, girl. Nakia, you're working on your sheet. All right, so let's talk about the sheet. They did a worksheet last night, folks. If you want the worksheet, the replay, join DCT. All right. And what we did as a community is we started collecting data about our mindset around our brand. That's all it is. And as they work through the sheet, by the time they're done, they'll be more informed about the value that's present in their brand and what it is they actually want to say and who they're actually trying to reach. All right? Good stuff. I'm glad to hear that y'all are working on it. I'm glad you found it valuable. It's one way to be more informed or to create or to have more data informed decisions. Let me go look. Good morning, Miss Kia. Miss Kia, Facebook folks, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I am not seeing any of your comments. I'm going to have to reach out to the company. But good morning. I'm glad to have you this morning. This is really starting to bug me. All right. So we've got to stop saying nothing is working. I bet you haven't been looking at data. Because once you start looking at data, you'll have a better sense of what is working, or you can start building a plan out on what to do next. Okay? All these platforms have insights. All these emails have insights. Misha's been talking about collecting pain points. If you want to collect data, ask a question. All right. Good morning, Monica. Glad to have you. If you want to collect data, ask a question and keep asking. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. All right. Keep asking questions. Ask questions of yourself. Ask questions of your audience. That is how you become more data driven, and that's how you're going to have more success. All right. I've been taking a hard look at my brand. I can't wait until this year is over because I'm doing a big brand rehaul because I got to get focused. Every other post, I'm talking about something different. The data doesn't align. I need to be more data driven, more niche down, more focused. Good morning, Angie Purnell. So in order to do that, I have to establish some rhythms and have more focus in my work. And you're going to have to do the same thing as well. All right? You can't do it all. You weren't built to do it all. All right? So unless you're running a large scale company, you're not going to do it all yet. Now, if you want this huge multi-pronged company that you run, and then eventually one day you sell, then at some point you will have to hire people because there's not enough in you as a single individual solopreneur to grow a large scale business. It takes community, it takes people. All right. So in the meantime, use data so that you can be more nimble. What does nimble mean? It just means you can let go of what you need to let go of, and you can pick up what you need to pick up. It just allows you to focus on the right things at the right time for the right reason. All right. A couple more examples. You launch a product, you had 10 clicks, 10 link clicks, but no sales. Okay, sis, sir, now we know we need a landing page and we need to make improvements on that landing page. If you got people to click, but you didn't get sales, maybe you need a landing page. Maybe you need to do a better job of communicating the offer and the value that it brings. Okay? So we got to stop saying nothing is working if we haven't looked at our insights. And once we look at those insights, we have to start making decisions on what we can do better. All right? I really don't like the message that AI will fix everything or that AI will make things faster. I think if anything, AI has given me the speed of information, but not the speed of thought, because I still have to do the thinking. You still have to do the thinking. So Corey, I'm gonna ask you a question. This is a question I always ask, and it's a question when I talk about making data-driven decisions, I want people to ask themselves. So here's the question, Corey, okay? You believe you can get better at communicating your message. That's your gut feeling. Nothing wrong with it. But here's what I want you to add to that. If you believe that you can be better at communicating your message, what data or evidence do you have to prove that that's true? Because if you have data or evidence to prove that it's true, you're going to use that same data / evidence to help you come up with a new plan to be a better communicator about your message. All right. This is a core question I ask myself all the time. Let me talk to y'all about the way you purchase. and the way people should purchase from you. When you buy things, all right, because in this space, not just this space, in all things where people sell, okay, the sales tactics might be very convincing. But are you asking yourself, what evidence do you have that proves that this is a good purchase? All right? We got people selling stuff left and right because it was an idea that came out of their head, but they haven't done any research to find out if people want it. They haven't done, some people are creating products that they can sell, but they actually never done the thing themselves. Happens all the time. And you're buying it because their messaging is great. So even as a consumer, you've got to start asking yourself, if they're selling apples, have they ever actually eaten an apple? Or are they telling me the apple tastes great without ever tasting it? What evidence have they shown to prove that the apple tastes good? You got to start doing that. It's going to make you a smarter business person as far as how you make purchases. And then when it comes to how you sell, if you add Good Morning Infinite Rocket Power, if you include data, here is how I know this works. You create more trust, more credibility, and more value. Okay? I'm going to say it again. As a business person, when you're buying classes, when you're buying programs, when you're buying products, when you're joining these communities, you need to ask, what evidence has this person, product, whatever, proven that the thing they're selling is working? People are selling apples, but they're allergic to apple juice. They ain't never ate the apple themselves. And they're selling it to you with a smile because they know you like shiny things, because they know you want to learn new techie tools. But the actual end product, they ain't never showed you that it worked. They ain't showed you they ain't made any money from it. You have to be data-driven in how you buy as a consumer. You also have to be data-driven in how you set up your offers for your audience. Oh, Snell, it happens all the time. Twice on Sunday. All right? I'm super passionate. I don't teach stuff that I can't show you somewhere along my career. Either I have the knowledge, expertise, and experience, or I've made money. Those are the two categories. Okay? My main niche is teaching. I either teach or coach most of the time. And so when I'm thinking about my brand, my business, and what I'm putting out there, those are the two places. Either the data says this, my experience and credentials, or I've earned income. All right? And I'm always honest about that. All right? Quit buying apples from people who are allergic to apple juice. They haven't, if you really pay attention and you really think about it, they have not shown you that the thing they're selling, they've actually built and made money from themselves, or that they're credible in their experience, their credentials, certification, education, business experience, business leadership, job titles. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right? Let's see. Corey says when he started, I was talking about the pain point. Wait. When he says when I first started, I talked a lot about making money and got no interest. Okay. When I started talking about the pain point, it helped me. I got more participation. So, Corey, are you repeating that? Are you repeating the process of talking about the pain points? And then are you researching to discover pain points that you haven't seen yet? Are you doing the research? That's the other part of this. Every time I research pain points, I always find new pain points that I haven't discovered yet. Good morning, Toya. How you doing? Got it. Add research to your wheelhouse, my man. Add the research. Because when you add the research, you will be unstoppable. Now, you might say, what does research look like? Misha does a good job of this in her community. She asks questions. She asks people what their pain points are. You're going to search groups that are connected to your, you're going to search groups that are connected to your niche. You're going to notice trends there. You're going to ask questions in your own groups. You're going to use online tools. There are a lot of market research online tools out there. I actually just taught a class. I just taught a class on market research. Radiant Whispers, search groups, and you're looking for problems. You're looking for pain. You're looking for challenges. Search communities. That's how you do research. Ask questions. So in Chris's example, Corey's example, Corey said the pain point he spoke from initially, making money online, right? So if making money online didn't work, he switched to talking about the pains, maybe of not having income. Then within his niche, he's gonna look for people and anything around what the challenges are with making money online. And he's gonna speak from that. Also, of course, you can ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT. Here's my niche. What are problems that people say they have? But I caution you, okay? ChatGPT alone cannot be your only source. You got to pull from other sources and other places. All right? So Corey spoke from his own pain. He said he started talking about how his illness prevented him from being a provider. That resonates. He's Corey's male. So he also has the ability to speak to a male audience in that way, using the word provider. Other men and women could potentially identify with that experience. And because that's the case, right, it opens the door for him to talk more about what he did differently to begin to earn money online. All right. Learning how to and learning how to use online marketing. So again, he went with his gut, his true experience, which was, hey, chronic illness is taking the front seat. My role as provider is taking the back seat. You may have a similar experience, and I'm someone that can show you how to overcome that and become the provider that you've always been again. All right. Now, as he continues to grow, he can research more ways this pain might show up. Is there space for him to connect with single parents that are also dealing with chronic illness? Corey, I have a sister that was on dialysis for 7 years, right? She's got 2 children, 2 minors. So I know this journey very well. Good morning, Miss Linda. Right? He would need to research and find, are there other types of people? Are there specific illnesses that are invisible that have this challenge? Right? I would say, what communities are you in? I would also look at other tools and resources that help you figure out the types of questions that audience is asking. All right. Now, let me see. I don't know. Radiant Whispers. Here's what I'm going to do for y'all. All right.
I actually have a framework that I use to do market research. I have a framework. It's called the SEED framework. And it takes you step by step on what questions you need to ask and what tools you should use to figure out what kinds of pains people are talking about, to figure out what products you should be making, to figure out what kind of content. That's the other piece of this, right? So with Chris's example, once he was able to get that story, now he's able to create content that ties back to what's most meaningful to him, right? And then within that story, his offer will be there. Here are five things you can do when you're bedridden, but you still want to work. Right? Thank you, Be Digital Love. How was your weekend, Miss Linda? All right, so market research is big, but it is one way that one can use data to make better decisions about what they're doing in their business. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. All right, it's one way that we can be more data informed in our businesses. All right. I'm real serious about this. I don't want people buying anything from me for the sake of buying it. I hate that mess. Do not buy anything from me if you don't plan to use it and make a difference in your own life. Because you just buying it, this means you won't buy from me again. That's the people I want. And so I use data to find the right kind of learner who loves to learn, who wants to learn, and will keep returning because they've had such a powerful experience and they can see changes showing up in themselves and their business that they'll come back, they'll provide a testimonial, they will join the Patreon, the TRM Learning Patreon. I don't want one-timers. Don't want them. And so that's why I'm very grounded in being data-driven. I'm on the hunt for the kind of person who's just as passionate about making a difference in their own life as I am in investing in that process for them. Okay? Data is the ground. So, to review, do a gut check. Gut checks are great, but they're not everything. You got to censor with your gut and match it up with the right data. Your gut alone is not enough. Your gut alone is not enough. Question for the room. Do you track any numbers as it relates to your business? Drop a 1 if yes, drop a 2 if no. 1 yes, 2 no. Tell me in the chat. Good morning, Dion. Good morning, Miss Robin. Glad to have you guys. I'm having issues with my streaming network, so I know it's taking me. Good morning, good morning. I'm not seeing all of my messages on Facebook. I recommend that if you're on TikTok to join me on TikTok because I'm going to be slow to respond. My streaming network is giving me problems. All right. Question for the room. Do you track numbers? 1 yes, 2 no. Do you track your numbers? 1 yes, 2 no. Infinite Rocket Power added a 3 sometimes. Do you track your numbers? 1 yes, 2 no. That's the question. Do you track your numbers? So are you looking at your insights on your social media platforms? Are you tracking your emails? Are you asking questions? Are you doing polls and surveys? Okay. Are you asking questions to the people that you want to buy or sell to? People you want to make an offer to? All right. If you're not, I challenge you to start doing that now. And let me be clear, because see, this is mindset stuff. When the numbers are not great, because there are going to be times over the course of your business, the numbers are going to be terrible. I was looking at some numbers the other day. I was like, dang, I'm not happy with these numbers. I'm not even looking at my Just Martine analytics because I'm like, oh, girl, you ain't doing nothing over here. Okay? Do not let numbers spiral you out into some kind of depressive mode. That's not the purpose of looking at numbers. Looking at numbers is meant to help you create a plan so that you can strategically move forward in your business. That's why you're looking at numbers. You are not looking at numbers to send yourself down a spiral of hurt, shame, and depression. We got to stop doing it. We're looking at numbers to make a plan on how we're going to improve. That's it. That's it. That's why some of y'all won't go to the doctor right now. Won't get no blood work done because you scared to look at the data. Because it's going to send you spiraling. Stop it! You need data. If your numbers aren't great, build a plan on how to improve it. But hiding and running away from it, you better lay down in your bed, close your eyes, and not wake up. And leave your family in a worse position than you ever thought you could. Yes, we are using the numbers to make the necessary adjustments. Take your little feelings out of it. It's not about how you feel. Going with your gut, your intuition is great for creativity. It's great for art. It's great for, well, it ain't great for choosing a partner. You do need some data to prove, but when you choosing a partner, yeah, some of y'all know you done pick partners based on your gut alone. Okay? Good morning, Nancy. You done picked a whole man or woman based on your gut. Now you got 3 18-year-long challenges. We know that gut is fickle. That gut sees, oh, you so fine. Oh, you got a deep voice. Oh, you got a big booty. That's what that gut do. Oh, you got long, pretty hair. That's what the gut does. Okay? But if we put some data with it, you really don't take care of business the way over time I've realized you don't take care of business the way you're supposed to. You have negative or poor relationships with your children. You really don't get along with your ex. And the last 2 exes I've seen, you didn't get along with both of them. Data. All right? Is there anything wrong with your gut? No. You can trust your gut, your intuition. But doggone it, let's put some data with it so that you can make a balanced decision. Not just in your dating life, not just in how you manage your kids, and not just in how you do your business. All right? Spread it around. Spread this data-informed decision-making around. It's going to make life a lot easier for you. All right? For my gentleman in the room, she always in the negative. You think you're going to get with her and she going to stop being in the negative? No. Now y'all going to be in the negative together. Let me quit. Let me get back focused. I'm going to get back focused. All right? But this gut thing got your mind messed up. And I'm telling you, and I mean this, with this medical piece, let's face the music. Whatever the numbers are just an opportunity for adjustments. That's what Monica said. Corey says, amen. Good Good morning, playing with Nicole. How you doing this morning? He said 7 children later. They're gonna get you messed up. All right. So we're gonna take this idea of being data-driven. That's the challenge. Let's go into this week with a more data-driven approach to our personal and professional lives. All right. That's the goal. That's the Kaizen principle we're going to be focusing on. All right. I love being data-driven. I'm always looking at the data. Okay. And quick tip, screenshot your data, throw it in the chat GPT, and ask chat GPT to analyze and give you strategies on how to improve. All right. Let's make that the challenge for this week. We're going to make that the challenge. So the challenge for this week is for you to take some data. Okay. It can be personal data, so you write it out. I've noticed that my son only makes the bed up 2 times a week, and only if I ask him, this happens every other week. Give me some strategies on how to improve. Or I want to improve with my social media. Here are some screenshots of this platform. Give me some strategies on what I can do to improve. All right. Keep it simple. I know I love the GPTs. I love my Canva apps. But to be honest with you, when you're starting on this journey of being more data-driven in your work, keep it simple. Use the AI model of you that you like the most, and just ask. And then you can go deeper. All right? That's the challenge. And then you can ask yourself, what's working? What's not working? And what are you going to do next? Those are the questions you ask. What's working? What's not working? What are you going to do next? All right? In the chat, tell me something you can track this week. Let me know. What's one thing you can track this week? One thing that you can track. All right, Miss Monica, I see you. Social media insights. Pick one platform, please. Email open rates. I like that, Mr. Corey. Charlene says how long it takes her to make this music video. Oh, that's a great one. The time we spend editing the video, making the video versus the kind of engagement you get. If you're selling it, how many sales you're getting, that kind of thing. I like it. Facebook's a good one to do. Monica, quick, this for anyone tracking with Facebook. Facebook like to play psychological games with you. So they will put stuff in red. They will tell you you're down. Ignore that crap. Ignore it. They're going to tell you, oh, your reach is down. It's all psychological. It's meant for you to post more. Okay? When you go over to Facebook, you're looking for your best performing posts. You look for your post that didn't do squat. Put it in chat GPT and ask it for ideas on what to do to repeat the same experience with the best content. All right. Be Digital Love says, oh, so Be Digital Love, I think I'm doing the same thing. I'm going through my bank statement and I'm hunting for subscriptions, and I'm starting to have some real truths about what I need and what I don't. All right. Yeah. Facebook play them psychological games. They want you to feel guilty about things not going well. But I'm like, how do you know? You don't know what's going well, what's not going well. I've made sales through Facebook. I have a small following. I've had people sign up to stuff through Facebook. So Facebook can't tell me what's doing well and what's not going well. Not really. Not based on its analytics. Because it don't even tell me everything I need to know. So I take screenshots, I pull it out, and I work with ChatGPT to develop a plan. All right. But don't let, if it says you decrease and all that other junk, ignore that. You know what you're capable of from week to week, and you make decisions on the raw numbers. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Before we wrap, anybody else? Okay, that's the challenge this week. Pick some numbers to track. Go look at some things in your business or in your personal. I'm looking at my banking. There's some subscriptions I need to let go of. That's mine. All right. Ask yourself what's going well. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to improve? And what are you going to test next? Corey, yeah. If you're posting ads, question Corey, when you post those ads, the Craigslist, do you get insight data? Do you get analytics? Because if you're getting analytics, you should be looking at it. Because it'll make you more nimble, right? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh yeah, you probably could build out. Corey, I would take screenshots of the ads, throw in the ChatGPT, and start asking it to analyze that data. I would take screenshots of your ads analytics. What's going well, what's not going well, and what you should test next. All right. Okay, so let's do this. You guys asked me about how do you do market research. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my framework and all the tools that I've been using to perform market research. Okay? I'm doing it right now, so don't go nowhere because I'm going to tell you where to go to get it. Y'all know that on TikTok, on the Tickety Tockety, um, on the Tickety Tockety, you guys know that I can't drop links. So I have to go over, I'm going to have to go get it. Oh, I may have lost my Wi Fi. So give me a second. Let me go get it. I don't know what's going on with the Wi Fi in my house.
Your mom. Something's sucking out all the power.
Something's sucking out all the power, they said.
Wi-Fi's out.
The Wi-Fi is out. We had a bunch of storms in our area, so I'm going to go away, but I'm coming back because I don't have any Wi-Fi. All of my children just came out of everywhere. There's no Wi-Fi, Mom. Everybody just popped out of everywhere. I have Wi-Fi. Well, no, I don't. Shucks, guys. Man, when I say them kids climbed out, them children climbed out of then it climbed out of these rooms. It's gonna pause. So y'all just stay right where you are. Don't go nowhere because I'm gonna go get the link because I do have some Wi-Fi. I got a cellular data on my phone. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna go get the link. TikTok people, I'm gonna tell you where you're gonna find it. So just give me a second because you already know I can't. I can't. This is the only way I'm gonna get it to you. So give me a second. Okay, peeps. My Wi-Fi really Wi-Fi today. Whoop. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me show y'all what this looks like. Let's see. I'm going to oh man, okay. Here's what I want y'all to do, because I want you to go to my profile. Here's what I want y'all to do. Go to my profile. Because the internet is internet. Okay. And I want you to okay, no, internet's back. We had storms last night, so it might be a real iffy. Real iffy. I'm gonna go pull this Wi-Fi. Hey Charlene. Glad to see you today, lady. Let me go pull the link. I'm gonna put this back and put the camera back because my internet's back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the link and I'm gonna tell you exactly where to go so that you can get this framework, and it's gonna tell you the exact tools that you can go and use. And if that works, hey, if this framework works for you, um, if the framework works for your child, go to town. But if you need more support, if you need, um, if you want to know like my exact workflow and how you can apply my workflow to a product or service, then you can just grab the class. It's up to you. All right, so I'm gonna go get it right now. Y'all don't go nowhere, and I'm not gonna end this call until I get it done. Because I keep getting this question, and I want to make sure that people are like supported with it. And this framework will help kind of get you thinking about what kinds of questions you should be asking. Yeah, I'm really getting annoyed. It's only because I'm trying to do this live. But y'all just stay where you at, and then I'll tell you where it's gonna go. All right, this week is another busy week for Team TRM. Let me talk about this while I go find this link. It's a busy week. And tonight we have Mid-Journey Mondays with Regina of Queen Creative Gallery. Here we go. Here it is. All right. So let me share this link with you guys. Tomorrow we have Color Me Calm with Talia. Back at her regular scheduled time. She hasn't said she's changing her time on that. Then Saturday, we've got the Canvas Seasons class. Y'all ready for Canvas Seasons? We're going to be wrapping what's been an excellent 6 weeks, 7 if you include Misha's 0 week. I'm going to be wrapping this week up, or this I'm going to be wrapping this week up with brand kits and templates.
It's making me log back in and everything. So it's another great week. It's another great week. It's another great week. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a link at the very top. I'm gonna do it right now for you guys that are here. And it's gonna say the SEED framework, SEED. I'm gonna do it real quick for you so that we can get you. There we go. So we get your access. I'm gonna show you what to do. Okay. Um. Nope, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. All right. So if on TikTok, if you go to my profile, and that's my little circle up there. So if you go to that little circle that's up there, tap that, and it's gonna take you to my landing page. Okay. It's gonna take you to my landing page. Exactly. All right. Go to my landing page, and when you go to my landing page, let me show you how to find it. Okay. You're gonna go to my landing page here, and you're gonna go to the SEED framework. Okay. When you click on that SEED framework, it's gonna open up to a presentation that looks like this. Okay. That's what it's gonna open up to. When I hit the next button, it's got next and back buttons. It was supposed to have next and back buttons. I don't see them though. There it is. It's got next and back buttons. When I hit the next button, it's gonna walk you through the process that I use to do market research. It's also going to give you the tools and resources I use to perform that search. All right. And the idea is very simple. We start with a large scan of the niche or the product. And then as you move forward through this framework, we're going to go deeper. And by the end of it, you should have a brand new, fresh idea that you can then use for your audience. Okay. Good morning, mind, body, and soul. Good morning to you. All right. So let me show you again. Go to my profile and on TikTok, on Facebook and Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube. This same my profile link is in the comments. All right, you're gonna find this SEED framework. All right, when you click on it, it's gonna open up to a presentation. Gonna click on that next slide. It's gonna give you the steps you can take to perform market research. Okay. And then if you want to learn more about my class, I've got feedback from the folks who took the class, and the replay is available for you if you want to take the class. Okay. All right. So those of you who asked, that is the keys. Be Digital Love, you're gonna go to my profile. Good morning, Leanne. You're gonna go to my profile, and then once you go to my profile, you're gonna click on my landing page link, and then it's SEED framework. All right. Good morning, Black Girl Designs. All right. That's where you can go through the steps, and then if you want to know exactly like what I do and the questions I ask, grab the class. All right. No, you won't be able to download it. It's a presentation. This is a Canva app. Actually, the second slide is a Canva app. So you won't be able to download anything, but the link is live and available to you. Okay. All right. All right. This was a great call, man. Y'all had some great things to say. I'm really, y'all don't need to see my mess. I really love the work I get to do here. There we go. I really love the work that I get to do here. Again, that tool is free for you to use. Um, as always, give me feedback. If you like it, send me a message. Um, and then if you really, like I said, if you really want to get down into the details, I would grab the class.
Okay, now this class is actually a part of TRM's Patreon subscription this month. You get 3 classes for $97 a month, and it's a really good deal. Also, if you purchase the Patreon on June 14th and 15th, you will get all 3 replays from last month and all 3 of the new classes for the new month. Okay, so you get 6 classes for $97. You can't beat it. Nowhere to stick with the classes, the co-working, the art, and the camp house. I would love to have you as a part of our community. Tali, Regina, and myself, we do what we do. And those of you that are joining this week, we are happy to have you. All right? Y'all have a great rest of your day. I love y'all. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Bye. All right, let's come over here. YouTube and Facebook. Y'all get the love y'all deserve. I'm sorry. Restream is giving you the blues though. Y'all have a great rest of your day as well. Good morning, Kismay. Great rest of the day as well. And I will see you guys Wednesday. We'll be back Wednesday.